The Russian military says al-Nusra terrorists launched a surprise offensive near a de-escalation zone in Syria, attacking government forces. Russia's general staff claims the main target of the ambush was a small group of Russian military police, who, despite being surrounded and massively outnumbered, managed to repel the terrorists. Murat Gazdiav reports from Syria.
The rebel offensive in North Hama was apparently huge in magnitude, supported by tanks, by artillery, by armored personnel carriers, and joined by hundreds and hundreds of jihadist fighters in violation of all established ceasefire and de-escalation deals in northern Hama in Idlib province. A few details of the rebel offensive also emerged. The Russian military says that one of their chief aims was to surround and capture a detachment of Russian military police monitoring the de-escalation zone, a tentative ceasefire in the area. Apparently, it devolved into ferocious fighting. The group of Russian military police, just 29 people, was surrounded and outgunned. Nevertheless, they held their own.
As a result of the ambush, a platoon of military police numbering 29 people was trapped for several hours and was forced to repel enemy attacks despite being outnumbered.
The Russian military police unit is said to have withdrawn without casualties. The Syrian military has gone on the counterattack, supported by the Russian Air Force as well as the Syrian Air Force. They say they've killed more than 850 jihadist fighters, destroyed 11 tanks, 4 armored personnel carriers, as well as dozens and dozens of pickup trucks and artillery pieces. All in all, blunting this significant rebel offensive. The Russian Ministry of Defense says this was initiated by the United States, which aimed to distract the Syrian military to impede it in its fight against ISIS, which has gone very successfully in the vicinity of Deir ez-Zor and in Deir ez-Zor province.
Following the Russian military's claim that the attack was instigated by American special forces, the Pentagon issued a statement. It said the US position on al-Nusra being a terrorist organization has not changed. Middle East commentator Abdel Bariatwan gave us his take on the story.
The American, they have a plan. They don't want the Syrian army to recapture Deir ez-Zor, which is very close to the Iraqi border. They don't want to create or to allow some sort of connections between or passage between the Iraqi army and the Syrian army in that part of Syria and the eastern of Syria. This is the most dangerous thing. It seems the American, they actually would like this border to be closed forever. And at the same time, they don't want to let the Syrian army to control Deir ez-Zor simply because it has oil fields, it has gas fields, and also it is very strategic position. And if the Syrian army won Deir ez-Zor war, this will be the last war on the Syrian territory. So maybe the Americans, they would like to prolong this war as long as they can.